So back in 2017, I tried making money online for the first time ever by running a phone farm. That's right, I bought 9 burner phones, set them up in my college bedroom, and tried making money by using video reward apps 24/7. This side hustle was an epic fail, and I never made more than 25 to 30 bucks a month, and the amount I spent on the phones and electricity cost way more. But my side hustle adventures really didn't stop there. And over the next few years, I tried dozens of ideas. Dropshipping, paid survey websites, selling meme merchandise on Etsy, niche blogs, Pinterest affiliate marketing, and much more. And you know what? Most of these ideas still lost me money or never went anywhere. But a couple of them turned out much better. In fact, one of the side hustles I started ended up grossing over $1 million, and 2 of the other ones helped me earn 6 figures while traveling the world as a digital nomad. And so in this video, I'm going to be sharing some wins and fails of over 8 years of side hustling and all of the lessons I've learned along the way. But more importantly, I'm also going to be sharing some of the side hustles I'm starting now that I think have massive potential for 2025 and beyond, as well as how you can start them too. This is going to be a bit of a different video than normal, but I'm ultimately hoping to share some of the lessons I've learned to help you guys make as much money online as possible with your own side hustles. Again, it's a bit different, but I'm excited for it, so let's dive in. But really quickly, guys, first, before jumping into the side hustles, there's a couple of things that are essential when it comes to actually launching and running a business successfully. For one, there's actually forming your business legally so it's set up properly and you're protected. And then there's other important things too, like bookkeeping, taxes, and actually running your business properly. This was honestly a massive struggle for me when I was starting out, and that's why I'm excited to share today's video partner with you guys, Dula. So Dula brands itself as a business in a box solution that makes it incredibly easy and simple for entrepreneurs to get started. And so with Dula, you can quickly launch your business and have all of the paperwork and filings handled for you and set up your own LLC. An LLC is actually how I started out my blog in the first place, and it has massive advantages in terms of protecting you legally while also having some tax flexibilities. On top of that, Dula can also help you manage your bookkeeping. It has professional bookkeeping that gives you financial clarity without all of the headaches. You get monthly reports, insights that help fuel your growth, and monthly reconciliation reports as well. And when it comes time for tax season, which nobody likes dealing with, Dula also has you covered. It can help you with preparation and proper filing to help you file on time while also maximizing potential deductions, which ultimately keeps more money in your business. You can actually get a demo of Dula if you're curious, and it also has a 30-day free trial for its bookkeeping service, which is pretty neat. Ultimately, if you're launching a US-based business, Dula could really be the perfect fit to help you launch your business the right way. Now, I'll be linking Dula down below if you guys want to check them out. Thanks to Dula for partnering on today's video. Now, let's get to some side hustles and online businesses. And so after my massive phone farming flop, one of the main things I kind of started getting into back in 2017, 2018, was this kind of content creation bucket. And so at the time, I was reading about all of the different ways to make money online, and I found another interesting Reddit thread where people were saying how much money they were earning with Amazon affiliate websites. This sounded great to me, so I actually started an Amazon affiliate website about speakers and sound systems called Sound System Reviews. But here's the thing, I didn't know a single thing about sound systems, so unsurprisingly, this website never really went anywhere, even after months of work. When that didn't work out, I tried writing on a website called Hub Pages, which is basically a free blogging platform where you earn a certain percentage of the advertisement revenue that Hub Pages makes. But after writing dozens of articles, I was barely making more than, a couple pennies a week, and I was getting incredibly frustrated with this whole make money online thing. And so to channel my frustrations, I decided to start another blog that was going to document all of my progress and testing to share my results with the world. And so in January of 2018, I started a blog called This Online World. And I didn't know it at the time, but this blog and business was actually going to end up grossing over $1 million in revenue and become my most successful side hustle or side business I've ever started. But back in 2018, it really started out small. The first few articles were about phone farming and GPT websites and all of the things I was trying. I kept at it, and after a couple of months, I applied for Google AdSense. And this, with a couple of Amazon affiliate links, actually made my first $100 month in blogging income. I was honestly over the moon and so surprised at the time, and in my first year of blogging, I managed to make $1,700. This honestly wasn't that much, and I was basically not even making minimum wage for all of the time I was putting into my blog, but it really did a few things. First off, I was learning a ton and I was getting excited. And secondly, I was actually starting to see the income scale slowly, month over month. My next year, I made $7,000 blogging. Then next year, $22,000. And then $92,000. At this point, I started hiring freelance writers. I was using Mediavine ads and other affiliate programs to monetize my blog, and the income just kept on growing. I hit over $270,000 in 2022, and in 2023, the blog earned over $500,000 in revenue. I eventually listed this blog with a broker, and I ended up selling it to a very cool media group that I work with now. And overall, this whole blogging journey and experiment changed my life. And you know, I get this question all the time, is blogging dead? Does it not exist anymore? And really, I don't think blogs are going anywhere. Blogs are really just a vehicle to show display ads and affiliate offers and digital products you sell. The methods of getting traffic to them might be changing, but ultimately, if you're interested in affiliate marketing and making money online, I think creating niche blogs can still be incredibly valuable. Now for me, again, blogging was a huge part of my life, and I eventually turned it into a corporation. I started out as an LLC, scaled it into a corporation. It had freelancers, it got more complicated. But when starting out, it was pretty simple. And again, if you're just starting out, this is where you can use something like Doula to really quickly form an LLC and get started. But again, something really small like a blog can really scale a long way. But that was just the blogging side of things I was trying. And I want to cover a few other side hustles I tried, including some that still have great potential. And so next up is medium.com. And when I started blogging in 2018, I also started writing on a platform called Medium. Now, Medium is a free blogging platform that basically pays you when members spend time reading your content. And I really didn't think much of it at the time or when I started, but to my surprise, I published a couple of articles and I actually got a $100 writing bonus as a new writer on the platform. I kept on writing, and pretty soon I was earning about $50 to $200 a month just from writing and sharing my thoughts on Medium. And I made a couple $1,000s in my lifetime there. I think Medium is still an awesome place for bloggers and journalists and writers and just anyone who's generally creative, and it's still paying members. So this is another side hustle I think it's still worth checking out. But in this content creation and writing bucket, there were certainly other things I tried that were epic fails. I actually started another blog a lot of people don't know about called Festival Dreaming. And this blog was about music festivals, and then just as I was starting to scale it, COVID happened and kind of shut the whole industry down. I also started a blog called Manly and Modern, and it actually made a few $1,000s, but it never really scaled, and then it got hammered by algorithm updates. And ultimately, this really goes to show that not every project you're going to start is going to be a success, but that's ultimately okay. Now, this was just kind of the writing and content creation side of things I was trying out back then, but I want to cover even more wins and fails with you guys. And so next up, we have YouTube. Now, believe it or not, I actually wanted to be a YouTuber for years of my life. And while I started this channel back in 2020, I actually had another YouTube channel way before that. So over 10 years ago, I actually started a guitar channel where I planned on growing a fingerstyle guitar channel. And you know, I really didn't stick with it for that long. I was interested in making money on YouTube and becoming a YouTuber, but guitar just wasn't the niche for me. But in 2020, I decided to start this channel and it's gone so well, and I really have you guys to thank for that. So thank you for watching and the comments and all of the support. It honestly has also helped change my life and really brings me a lot of joy. But again, this channel started as a really small project, and I was making videos and filming them and editing myself, doing the thumbnails and kind of learning the ropes. But one of my early videos actually took off during the pandemic, and pretty soon my channel was monetized. The channel started making $10 a day in AdSense revenue, then 20, then 50. And nowadays it makes anywhere from $200 to $300 per day oftentimes just in AdSense revenue. In fact, to date, it's earned over $140,000 in AdSense revenue, so I would consider this a massive success story and side hustle experiment. So again, guys, thank you. It genuinely has helped change my life, and I really appreciate you guys watching. And honestly, this is one story I wanted to share with you guys because I think even in 2025 and beyond, getting into short form and long form video content creation has so much potential. And I like it because you don't need a lot of money to get started. You can start out with just your smartphone camera these days or a very simple budget camera. You don't need to spend a ton of money on gear. And on top of that, AI tools are making editing and posting way faster and cheaper and easier than ever before. I think platforms like YouTube have immense potential, and genuinely one single viral video or a video taking off even just a little bit can change your life. It can get you monetized, you can create a new income source, you can scale a business. I think YouTube's incredible, so definitely a success story that I recommend trying. But anyways, guys, one other bucket I really started experimenting with back in 2018 when I was writing and blogging and getting into all of this stuff was freelancing. And I actually started out as a freelance writer. So I was blogging on the side, and then I found a few clients as well I started writing for. And my first gig was actually paying me about $20 per article. I kept at it, and eventually I landed a client that was paying me 15 cents per word at the time, which kind of worked out to $100 to $300 per article. So again, I was over the moon. And really the key here with this side hustle was that I was using the skills I was learning from my day job at the time and from my blogging experiment to branch into something else. Eventually, my writing income kept on scaling, so I actually quit my job and went full on into blogging and writing. And I even ended up writing for Forbes at one point at the peak of my freelance writing career. And again, I really think this goes to show how if you're learning skills from certain side hustles or your day job, definitely think of ways you can leverage those skills for higher income opportunities. And really, you don't have to fight with sellers on Fiverr or Upwork. I think these platforms are so saturated. You can use LinkedIn. You can turn to your own network. You can go to events and meet potential clients. This is a strategy that worked really well for me, and I've never really been too keen on using those general marketplaces. There's also tons of cool remote job sites. I have some videos on these topics, but you can use ones like FlexJobs and find all kinds of cool freelancing opportunities. Again, use LinkedIn, use your network, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there. But anyways, guys, those are some of the main wins I've had, as well as plenty of other fails along the way in all of these years of testing out different side hustles. And guys, when I tell you there were some fails, there were some truly horrendous fails along the way. I'll share a couple more really quickly. You know, I tried a dropshipping hunting store where I lost way more money on Facebook ads than I ever made. I tried selling meme merchandise on Etsy and got a copyright strike and then got banned. I tried flipping furniture really briefly before I realized I know nothing about refurbishing furniture. And I even started another couple of YouTube channels that ultimately never really got anywhere and never gained traction. But honestly, there were also other mini and larger side hustles I tried out that worked out pretty well. For example, I ran an advertising agency with a buddy in college that ended up making a couple of $1,000s and was a ton of fun. I tried selling my own digital product and made almost $4,000 with an ebook, when I actually have a video on this topic I put out recently. At one point, I was even doing consulting and recruiting for a client I had while living in Dubai, which was absolutely mind-blowing to me at the time. And really, if there's one main thing I've learned from all of this testing over the years, it's that you really can't be afraid of testing, and you can't be afraid of failing either. Ultimately, testing is how you're going to figure out what you're good at and what you enjoy doing. And once you figure out those two things, that's where you double down, and that's where you start finding success. But anyways, guys, those are some of the wins and fails and lessons I've learned over 8 years of hustling. But like I mentioned in the intro, I also want to outline some areas of opportunity I'm going to explore, as well as some other tips and lessons I hope you guys can take away to start your own successful side hustle or online business. And really, the first lesson and takeaway here would be to start leaning into AI, even if you don't want to. Whether you like it or not, AI is here to stay, but this also means it's a massive opportunity for side hustlers who are willing to learn new skills. So personally, right now, I'm using various AI tools to increase my written content production, make thumbnails for my YouTube videos, speed up video editing, write faster scripts, and even code new HTML elements or monetization elements for my websites. If you put your thinking hat on, you can probably find some ways that AI can save you money or time or help you scale your business and side hustles faster. On top of that, I recommend learning AI and leveraging that for your day job. You might have a day job you like or really like your salary or paychecks, and that's absolutely okay. But learning AI tools and applying them to your job, it's going to make you perform better, and it's going to make you harder to replace. Now, my second tip and main lesson here would be to run your business the correct way. And really, one of the most impactful decisions for me ever in my whole entrepreneurial side hustling journey was to start treating things like blogging and YouTube like an actual business. You know, I started out as a side hustle, I turned it into an LLC, eventually I turned it into a corporation, and this alone saved me hundreds of thousands of dollars in personal taxes. So again, one of the best decisions I've ever made. And again, this is also why I'm fans of tools like Doula and why I wanted to partner with them for this video. Something like Doula can help you get the LLC sorted, it helps you at tax time, it helps you with your bookkeeping, and it kind of guides you along the way so you're saving as much money as possible and you're running a smooth operation. It's also a plug-and-play system, so again, I'll link them down below if you guys do want to check them out, but this was a massive takeaway for me that I wish I had done sooner. Again, just treating a side hustle like a business and scaling it the right way. Now, the third lesson and takeaway here I hope you guys can apply is to always think about ways to actually own your audience or customer base. You know, algorithms can change all the time and without warning. And to date, I've had a couple of businesses pretty much wiped out by algorithm changes. And really, if you're building your business on social media or YouTube or a platform that you don't own and operate, this is a business risk. And this is why one thing I recommend other side hustlers start doing, or social media content creators, or really any entrepreneur, is to build some kind of email business or newsletter where you start owning the audience. Now, personally, I'm actually doing this now. I'm starting a new newsletter on Substack. You guys can check it out if you're curious. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But really, if you're a content creator, I recommend starting a newsletter. Get on Substack or Beehive or start some kind of email newsletter, again, where you have more touch points with your customers. Now, the fourth lesson, I've kind of touched on it briefly, but that is to not be afraid of failing, but then to also fail quickly. I think there's so much value in testing out side hustle ideas and seeing what works and what doesn't. But again, you have to be iterating quickly, and you don't want an experiment to go for too long where you've been testing something for 2 or 3 years and then you kind of decide, oh, I don't actually have proof of concept here, I'm giving this up. Set some goals, set some targets for yourself, hustle like crazy, work towards them for a few months. And if you don't think it's actually viable, switch really quickly. And then the fifth and final thing I wanted to mention is that you guys ultimately really don't have to spend a fortune on courses or get private mentorship from a guru or anything like that to scale an online business. There are so many people in this space, unfortunately, who sell dreams of dropshipping or Amazon FBA and driving Lambos and moving to Dubai. Let me tell you guys, I've met some of these people. They make all of their money from selling a dream. They actually don't make their money from the business models they're promoting. And really, one of the reasons I try to make honest side hustle videos like this and why I've done income reports in the past is because I, for one, don't have courses to sell. And I hope that I'm showing, you know, you can find success on YouTube or you can find success with blogging. And again, you don't need to buy courses or listen to gurus to actually do these things. Really testing and giving things a go for yourself and just learning from free resources on the internet is going to get you so far ahead versus spending months taking courses, reading, and never actually taking action. And on top of that, don't let some of the flashy promises out there distract you from side hustles that are simple but work. I mean, some of my friends make $500 to $1,000 per month door dashing or doing Uber Eats on their bicycle. They get exercise, they're not spending money on gas, and they're making really solid side cash without, again, doing something like Amazon FBA or dropshipping. There's other examples. I have friends who make hundreds of dollars in a single night bartending on the weekend in Toronto. You don't always have to do the flashy things. You just have to set some income goals, decide what matters to you, and then go pursue it. And you don't need to spend a fortune on courses to do it. But anyways, guys, I hope that me sharing some wins and fails and lessons I've learned along the way over years of side hustling has provided a little bit of value for you guys. Honestly, this video is very different than the usual style I make, but I wanted to mix it up for a change and just try out some different content. And really, if there's one thing I've ultimately learned, it's that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to any of this. All I can ultimately recommend is to keep an open mind and to always test ideas you're interested in and to go full speed ahead. Ultimately, you never know where a side hustle can take you, so don't be afraid to try. But yeah, that really does it for this one, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. I know, again, a bit of a different video than normal. And if you're starting a side hustle this year or there's something you've been itching to try, I'd love if you guys could let me know down in the comments. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for the support over the years. I mean, I've been making YouTube videos for over 5 years now, basically, and I appreciate the comments, the likes, the time you guys spend watching, the emails I get. It really does make me excited to share some of these ideas and lessons with you guys. And when I see comments like this that I'll put up on screen of people who are actually finding success as well or finding some benefit from these videos, it really makes me happy. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and week as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.